extreme poverty may hit Nigerians, World Bank warns. The World Bank has warned the present administration that the number of Nigerians living in extreme poverty may increase by more than 30 million by 2030. The bank warned that Nigeria will be home to 25% of the world's destitute people if the government fails to revive economic growth and create jobs. It gave the warning in its 2019 Nigeria Economic Update report, which was released on Monday. The World Bank urged President Muhammadu Buhari to increase domestic revenue, remove trade restrictions, and improve the predictability of economic policy. It also advised the Nigerian government to remove expensive fuel subsidies, adding that failure to take actions would see more Nigerians falling into extreme poverty. He stressed that Nigeria could slide back into recession if crude prices fell by 25% to $50 a barrel. The report read, economic and demographic projections highlight the urgent need for reform, with population growth estimated at 2.6%, outpacing economic growth in a context of weak job creation. Per capita income is falling. Today, an estimated 100 million Nigerians live on less than $1.90 per day. Close to 80% of poor households are in northern Nigeria, while employment creation and income gains have been concentrated on central and southern Nigeria. Nigeria's economy is expected to grow by 2.1% in 2020 and 2021 compared to an annual population growth rate of 2.6%. Nigeria's economy is recovering gradually from the 2016 recession, with growth projected to pick up from 1.9% in 2018 to 2% in 2019. But the projected growth outlook is vulnerable to external and domestic risks, including geopolitical and trade tensions that may affect inflows of private investment. Nigeria has the opportunity to advance reforms to mitigate these risks amid growing public demand for greater economic opportunities. President Muhammadu Buhari should increase domestic revenue, remove trade restrictions, and improve the predictability of economic policy. Nigerian government should remove expensive fuel subsidies and reduce lending to targeted sectors that crowd out banks. Failure to take actions will see more Nigerians falling into extreme poverty. The cost of inaction is insignificant under a business as usual scenario where Nigeria maintains the current pace of growth and employment levels. By 2030, the number of Nigerians living in extreme poverty could increase by more than 30 million, the bank warned. So guys, apart from all these economic figures from a World Bank or whatever, even from a layman's perspective, from what a layman can see, from what a layman is even experiencing, a layman does not even need anybody to say, oh, this is what could happen, this is the figures, these are the whatever, the percentage of growth or what have you. It is what Nigerians can really feel at the moment. That is what they are concerned about. So we don't even need any soothsayer to tell us what has been happening. Of course, the from government's angle, from federal government's angle, they will come out and say no, the World Bank does not know what they are saying. That they have stepped up more than that. There's growth more than what they are calculating because they are not part of a Nigeria. They don't know what the system is like. And the question one will be asking is that with this new economic team that they've just constituted, what have they really brought to the table? What have they talked about on how to move forward, economically? But some people will tell you, oh, they are just there to advise. If you advise somebody and the person refuses to take your advice, what are you going to do? You can't force your advice on that particular person, and that is just the way it is. So for the fact that those people are there, doesn't mean that things will just skyrocket or things will just start moving until when the people who need that particular advice will take that advice. If they don't take that advice, there's nothing or much they can do about the solution they must have proffered. So that's just the way it is. And one thing is that we are always moving around circles. Oh, we talk about a growth, 0.5%, 1%, 1.2%. Before you know, it will drop down again. You by the time they move from 0.5% to 1%, oh, they will start celebrating. Oh, they have done this, they have done that. Like, from a layman explanation, we know what we were experiencing in 2015, before 2015, but the present administration will tell you, oh, that the problem has been lingering, that the past administration were, was giving a false figures, and that was why things did not really, made things were not really made known to Nigerians, because people were like, okay, if really that you are saying that things had already gone wrong, they were giving wrong figures, then why didn't we go into recession? It was based on the policies, and the same thing they are saying, based on the policies that they embarked on in that 2015, 2016, that made us to go into recession. And the funniest thing there was that, and I always quote that thing because I really monitor that vividly in 2015 or so, 2015, 2016, early 2016, when they closed, blocked all the ATM cards, that no money will be going in, you cannot withdraw from outside, you can't do all manner of things. And at the end of the day, what happened? They had to release the cards that people can be using their POS. A lot of people who were abroad then suffered. A lot of people who were even schooling, they came back. So now, what did they really achieve by doing that, by closing down all the ATM cards of Nigerians? Because what they were trying to do, at the end of the day, they couldn't do it. But the only thing they were able to get from that was devaluation of naira. And maybe that was what they were driving at. They were bringing all those policies, because all those policies did not yield any positive result. At the end of the day, it worsened the situation, and that's why we are the naira, is being devalued as we speak now. And most of the policies here and there, have been affecting us on a daily basis, because they don't buy anything, they get all of those things free. Everything is free for them at that level, even the ones who are getting huge salaries, so they might not even feel it. It is the same masses that are getting mega salaries or allowances. They are the ones that will be affected. They will tell you continue, you just have to be sacrificing. The Afe Babalola was talking the other day that Nigeria should continue to bear the pain, because it's just going to be for a short while. And the question is that, how long are we going to be suffering all of these things? Why the people causing these problems will be living in affluence? They are going to come out and tell you that, oh, World Bank doesn't know what he's talking about. So how can he be saying that? They will tell you, oh, they are feeding school children, as if that is an achievement. You are feeding them, and what has changed? Nothing. And from the figures, we don't even need anything from the figures. From what we have seen, and people have been saying is over and over again, when you talk about the percentage of even people living in abject poverty, that they are just categorizing all Nigerians, is from the north. The poverty there is alarming. Insecurity there is something else. So what are we talking about? They will come and tell you, oh, some people don't know how to play games. They don't know how to play politics. It's more than that. What does that benefit anyone? That, oh, my somebody who is from my tribe is the president, is the whatever, is the vice chairman, is the whatever, is the councillor. What has that got to do with me, my day-to-day living? Now they have their person at the helm of affair. Yes, any form of things that you don't even want to come near you happening in their zone. So what have they achieved? Nothing. Of course, some people have said that they love the way they are living. So it is not a news, or it is not a big deal for them. It is we that we are on the other side. We're always looking for a better life. They themselves, the kind of life they are living, they love it. So let them continue with all these policies that are not masses friendly, and they will come out and be telling you they are working, and what they are doing, you can't see it, let alone you want to feel it. Like I said, they will come out and debunk all of this submission by the World Bank. They have told them what they are going to do, but if they are going to do it, fine. But let's see what their response will be. Someone says, if prayers can do all things, let us pray to become rich. They under the cover of fighting corruption. They are under the cover of fighting corruption, but yet things are getting worse for the citizens day by day. Then economic policies only favor themselves, family, and their cronies. Prediction: some people are happy that our only country may, which not happen by his grace, be hit with poverty. Some people here were not born when America predicted that by 2015 Nigeria will disintegrate. Only God can tell what will happen tomorrow. We don't even need to wait what will happen tomorrow. What we are experiencing now is even more than what they are even talking about, because already they are saying they are, it's not as if the poverty is already there, but it will add to about 30 million people again if necessary actions are not taken. If necessary actions are not taken, the poverty is already on ground, but it will be, it will add, it will be added. 30 million people will be added to the 100 million we have now. That's what they are talking about. I don't even know how some people even see things. Someone say Aboki's Buhari is working. No need for may it has done that long ago, since the inception of Mr. President. The poverty has already hit the country already. Of course it will hit more. That's what they are talking about. It's not as if maybe everything is fine for the now. We are already in deep and abject poverty multiplication era, brought by this Buhari untold hardship regime meted on the citizens. But by the grace of God, the children shall be exempted from the economic crisis. Ha ha ha. We are getting closer to the next level. What I know them as best is handling is cow. That what they know how to handle best is cow. But since coming into government is another thing, maybe they see us as a malu. And someone say that's a good advice if they are going to take it. Buhari, APC, and the North will kill Nigeria with their funny economic policy, senseless policies. They always do this anytime they are in government. Buhari started the killing of the country when he overthrown the civilian government of late Shehu Shagari. He introduced all type of policies that started the killing of our Naira. Same Buhari is here again with the full support of the North to destroy the country again. And this particular person saying, I'm ashamed to be called a Nigerian. The country called Nigeria is not sane. Everything done there is upside down. The marriage component of this geographical expression called Nigeria is too faulty. One should work with like minds. Too many things are wrong. Agreed that Nigeria government need to improve the economic predictability, but all other submission by the World Bank as contained here does not hold water. Nigeria is growing steadily. We will continue to support Africa, but let us first create wealth for our people. Someone say, PNB loves seeing Nigeria suffering. That is the reason he brings those bad policy. He did it before when he was a military president. That is why Babangida overthrew him. Poverty is very small to what will befall Nigeria within a short time if care is not taken. Someone say we have been creating universities without creating jobs. Aren't we there already? The poverty has hit us already, according to what this particular person is saying. Lord have mercy. I thought is down. I thought everything has been hit on Nigerians before now, not even until that time. Just like we said, and just like what they said, the poverty has already hit Nigerians. But if care is not taken, if they don't do the needful, more people will fall into that category. 30 million people by 2030. But how do we move out of it now? I think they've already given us their own calculation. The president said they are going to lift how many people, 10 million people out of poverty by so year, which particular year. They know that. As if the situation is not bad enough, the government wants to borrow again. Some government officials will soon debunk this report and accuse them of dishing out fake news. But the reality is on ground for everyone to see. Poverty and hardship are all over the place. So guys, what do you think about the warning of a World Bank saying if the federal government does not take the necessary actions, that more people will fall into that line of poverty? What do you think? Do you think they are saying the right thing, or you think we are growing, like some people have suggested or have said that, oh, Nigeria is growing steadily, that they don't even believe in the reports of the World Bank. Let's hear your own take. Leave your comments below. Thank you very much. Bye.